cruisers. Today we are going to go over the 10-day, 9-night cruise that we took to Alaska on Norwegian Joy. We're going to wrap it up and let you know what we thought about our time on the Norwegian Joy specifically.
If you watch the previous videos, you'll see, embarkation day, and you'll see all the ports that we went to. And we're going to go into a little more detail about the ship itself, because we didn't really talk about the food. We really didn't talk about the dining experiences on board. And you had a brief glimpse during our bar crawl day of a little bit of the entertainment. But there was a lot more entertainment going on in the Joy, as you're about to find out.
We did already do a complete tour of the Norwegian Joy. You can go watch our very first video and see what we talk about. Today, we're going to spend a little quality time telling you how the restaurants did. We're going to tell you how the staff did and all the entertainment and everything that went on the Joy. And if we would ever travel on the Norwegian Joy again, we did already give you a tour of the cabin on that full ship tour. But we're going to just let you know real quick that I felt the cabins were really nice. They were roomy. Obviously, they were clean.
Yeah, the cabin was good. It was spacious. It was a balcony cabin, so there's a lot more lighting in there to make it look a lot more spacious. You didn't feel like you're crammed in there. And you always had that balcony to go on out, get some fresh air, and just kind of expand your room. That's your extended living space outside of the ship, outside of your room.
We started booking a regular inside room because we just thought this is last minute. It's a bonus cruise. Let's just jump on, let's just see what we think about it. But as we got closer and closer, I think 7 days before, I called up the person who was helping us through Norwegian and said, you know what, we did put in to see if we could win a bid for it, but we started to panic last minute because we realized we really love Alaska. We love being on a balcony through Alaska. So I called up, found out what the price was, and we just went ahead and upgraded. And I'm so glad we did. We like just waking up in the morning, having our coffee, sitting out there, and then being able to come back and forth, especially on Glacier Bay Day. I like being on our balcony, so I'm glad we did that. I think the balcony was a good decision.
That was the one thing I was looking forward to on this Alaska trip, is just the balcony, so that when you're going through the inside passage, there's a lot to see. It's not just sea that you're seeing. You're looking at the mountains. You're looking at the coastal mountain range. You're looking
glaciers.
Yeah, the glaciers. The room area that we're into was like a club level or the club rooms. And so I had a few perks to that. And one of the perks that we took advantage of was the laundry service. We were allowed, I think it was just 1 day of laundry service that we took advantage of because you're there for 10 days.
Oh, all folded nice. Oh, just rambling around.
So this is like, what do they call it? Regifting or whatever it is. It's like, oh, I always wanted one of these. Look at this. It's a Just Rambling Around t-shirt, long sleeve, black and gray.
So when you see us wearing the same stuff, just know they're clean.
Yeah.
They're clean.
Clean and washed.
Yep.
Yeah, and club level also got us a little bit of a different bathroom. We had a bigger sink, and so that was really nice. So we definitely enjoyed what we decided to do last minute. It definitely worked out. Service. As far as service goes, we had great service. Norwegian is always really good about their service. I love that the people are singing to you when you're going for your breakfast in the morning, and they're reminding everybody to wash their hands. The spirit is really good there. I mean, it sounds silly, but those little tiny quirky little touches are really neat. Ron got sung to one morning when we were getting coffee.
Coffee,
Good morning, please. Thank you.
more coffee. Ole, ole, coffee, 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 hot, hot, hot. You're very hot, hot, hot. Thank you. Coffee will make you sexy, sexy. Thank you.
The bartenders were fantastic. We actually did a video on the Norwegian Joy of all the bars. We did a bar crawl. So we're not going to go in depth about the bars, but we will talk, since we're talking about service. Everybody there had really upbeat personalities, a lot of fun. They enjoyed making our drinks. They liked seeing that you and us would have a good time on the cruise.
The service was fantastic throughout the whole ship. I can honestly say that. The fine folks there made us feel welcome to be on vacation.
Yes, so service, we definitely would give a good rating for service. We will say that there's plenty of food there if you didn't want to do any upgraded nice fancy dinners. They have, one of the first things we we went to when we got on board is the American Diner. It has like this 1950s kind of theme going on. It's just typical, diner food, like, burgers and fries. And I think you got a fish sandwich that day.
Yeah.
And you know what? It was good. It was average food. But I like the atmosphere. It was great atmosphere.
Yeah, just a fun place to hang out. You can sit along the bar there, get a milkshake. You don't have to have a cocktail. You can have a milkshake.
But you can have beer and cocktails. We had a beer right away.
Oh yeah, we certainly did.
We had the drink package, so grab the beer. So if you're on board and you want to go get yourself a burger at the American Diner, make sure you pop in there. That's a great location. Also, the Garden Cafe. We don't do a lot of buffets. We don't enjoy a lot of buffets. We went to the Garden Cafe, I think, more than we've ever went on any ship's buffet before. Sometimes in the morning we're in a hurry, and they had a good variety. They had homemade omelets. They had such a variety of food. And I want to give you a little hidden secret that don't grab the first table that you see. If you continue walking forward on the ship, you could go to where the garden tables end, and you'll be sitting above where the observation deck is. I loved that view. I enjoyed sitting there and being able to look out and look over and see everybody at the observation deck looking out those windows. And a lot of people don't even know about that. They don't take the time when they go to the Garden Cafe to find that section.
Check the hours of the Garden Cafe. It's not available 24 hours a day, but it's available most times during the day, for that quick bite.
We mainly just used it for breakfast real fast, but definitely go check it out, and Garden Cafe is included as well. And then as far as your restaurants go, you actually have 3 choices on the Norwegian Joy for your dinner restaurants, and also lunch and breakfast if you want to sit down and be served. You have Taste, Savor, and the Manhattan Room. We ended up going in each one of those at different times, whether it was for lunch or dinner. All 3 worked out really well. I thought the Manhattan Room was a really beautiful restaurant.
So Taste and Savor are 2 different restaurants, and they're right across from each other, and then right in the middle, that's the mixed bar. So if you need to wait a little bit, you can sit there, have a cocktail, have a drink, wait for your reservation to come up.
One time we went up to one, asked him what the wait time was, walked over across to the other one, asked him what the wait time was, and we put our name down on the one that was fastest. The Manhattan Room is probably a little bit nicer than those 2, and we definitely enjoyed our meal there, and we have no complaints. I mean, we just had a really nice time. Service was good at all 3 of the restaurants. We did them for lunch and we did them for dinner, and they were great. We're going to take a few minutes to go over your options for upgrades. We enjoyed 4 restaurants. I'll say the very first day we went to Teppanyaki because that was just a great way to start our trip. Teppanyaki is a lot of fun because they sing to you while they're flipping the vegetables. And,
it's quite a show. It's quite a show. Yeah, he's singing songs and slicing up things, and knives and spatulas are flying in the air. It was a great show, and that was primarily why we went there. And it was good food.
Yeah.
It was good. We had rice, soup. There was a meat entree with that, but primarily the show is the major draw.
They had great options of sake. We enjoyed the sake probably too much.
Yeah, a lot of sake.
Food was average, so I'm saying if I only had 2 dining options, and depending on my mood, like if it's an anniversary or something special, I would probably go to one of the other ones we're about ready to talk about. But Teppanyaki, if you're with a group and you want some entertainment and fun, it was just a great way to kick it off. And we were on the ship for 9 nights, and we had 4 different meal options. I'm really glad we did it, and we really enjoyed it. And like I said, the entertainment was fantastic. So the second one we went to was Ocean Blue, and I was very excited for that one. We've never been to the Ocean Blue restaurant before, and I really enjoy seafood. We ended up not enjoying our main courses there. It's really funny. All 4 of us who had dinner together all agreed later on that we really didn't enjoy our main courses. We all 4 said appetizers were the best at that one, and we thought about it days later.
Yeah, the appetizer was a shrimp. It was a deep fried shrimp. It had a nice spicy sauce to it. Crispy, crunchy, very tender, delicious. I probably would have had 2 of the appetizers rather than one of the entrees.
Yes, and all 4 of us talked about that later. I mean, we all said I would even pay for that. That's how good it was. It also won for our favorite dessert. Several of us had this jarred
It was a
cheesecake.
cheesecake in a jar. The presentation was well done, and it tasted... Well, it was a cheesecake. It tasted just like a strawberry cheesecake, and it was good. It was delicious,
We had a really nice time there.
Well, the entrees literally fell flat. So 3 out of 4 of us had the captain's platter. We ordered ours deep fried. It was a mistake. It was a battered, oily, overcooked for us, we'll probably pass on the seafood option. We love seafood here in the Northwest. We know what it tastes like fresh, and we'll probably go somewhere else.
The two other specialty dinings that we decided to go with was La Bistro and Cagney's, because we had been on those before on another Norwegian cruise. Now, La Bistro, we had such great service before, and the food was so good and unique, so we thought, and it's rated as one of the top ones with most Norwegian cruise lines, so we decided to go to that one. And this one was kind of a fun experience this time because we did decide to try escargot for the first time.
Yeah, and this is a good opportunity to do it. There's nothing out of pocket. If you went to a French bistro, say in the city somewhere, you're going to be putting down about $50, $60 for a little thing of escargot. Here, you're on the cruise ship. Everything is paid for within your dining package, so it is an excellent opportunity to try things that you'd normally not try. This is the first time we tried it, and yeah, we tried it.
And the presentation they did for us was quite unique. They served all of us at the same time. All of a sudden, they lifted up all the trays for all four of us at once and did a presentation, and we got excited.
Yeah, great service. That goes back to the service department right there. Wonderful, exceptional service.
Everything was really good at La Bistro. We're always happy with them. The desserts were good as well. We do have another funny situation that occurred there, and I asked him, it was evening time, and I just felt like I wanted like a hot buttered rum, and he asked me a couple times, and I told him what I wanted.
So I want to see.
He said you need to turn it.
Why? What do I do?
They tried. I think they did a fairly good job. We're trying to convey what we want. And it goes to show you that not every drink can be made on the ship. There was a few other things we wanted as well. I think it was like Spanish coffees or something, and they had a variant of that. But a hot buttered rum or a little hot toddy
was something they hadn't heard of before.
Yeah. So they heated the rum, as you'd seen, and they're very proud of what they've done.
They were.
And I was very proud of them too. Didn't hit the mark. It fell short of the mark a ways away, but A for effort, and it was delicious warm rum.
And then our last place we went to was Cagney's Steakhouse, and Cagney's Steakhouse also has a really good reputation as one of the best restaurants on most of the Norwegian cruise lines. This year I had the surf and turf, and it was very good, and we had a nice time there. And also they're known for a couple of their desserts as well, so their desserts were good. Out of all of those restaurants, honestly, if you are on a Norwegian cruise line, I would say though still to always try a Cagney's or try a La Bistro. Those are probably two of my favorites.
Definitely, yeah. We're kind of biased towards seafood here in the Pacific Northwest, so we weren't terribly fond of the Ocean Blue. And then one other specialty dining that we did not do was Q Steakhouse.
We did go in there a lot.
Oh, yeah, we had drinks there. We listened to live music. It was a great place for entertainment.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about entertainment a little bit later on. But right now, we did not have any entrees there at the Q Steakhouse.
Some people said it was okay.
Yeah, but we're kind of biased with barbecue. We're very finicky.
And our one friends did mention though that they did enjoy the Q's barbecue. So it is an option.
Yeah. Friends that we met there.
Yeah.
Did they have an Italian restaurant?
Yeah. Anytime they have La Cucina, we've tried that twice, and we've never really enjoyed La Cucina that much either. Unfortunately, those are experiences we had. Yeah. And we're big steak and lobster people and stuff. So, but they do have a variety of specialty diners that you can try on the ship. If you see the dress-up night on one of the standard restaurants, definitely move your stuff around to go enjoy the standard restaurant on dress-up night, or on the night that they
or gala night,
or the night that they decide to add a little bit of oomph to that menu, because usually sometimes that's when they might even add a little lobster, or they might even add a nice steak. Due to the fact that we booked this last minute, I went ahead and booked all of our restaurants actually the day we got on the ship, which I never do. I usually go online and book it a month or two in advance when we can. So if you're somebody who's booking, go online, book those restaurants that you really want, and especially the times, because we did get stuck with some 9 p.m. times, and we could have probably gotten 5 or 7 p.m. times if we would have booked 30 or 60 days in advance.
Yeah, and a lot of times the reason why we don't do that is we don't want to ruin the flow. If we're having a great time on an excursion, we don't want to race back to the ship to make our dinner reservations, or if we're having a great time somewhere on the ship still, We don't want to ruin the flow and and stop everything and go to the reservation. So we typically just kind of do things on the fly.
So 2 other restaurants I want to mention to you real quick, besides the Q, these are not specialty restaurants. I want to go backwards just a bit and talk to you about a couple other restaurants that you can enjoy. The Local is open about 24 hours. It literally only closes for like 15 minutes, 2 different times to kind of just reset. The Local is somewhere where you can go for breakfast, lunch, dinner, evening snacks, that 4th meal. We have a lot of video of the time we went to the Local, especially on our bar crawl night. We actually probably stopped in there 2 times. So the Local is a nice little area. And what I like, something unique about the Local, is you can sit up above and order some food and look down below and watch the games that are going on. So like sometimes they'll have Deal or No Deal or other games going on, but you can see it from up above. So that was kind of a nice feature to this Local bar. And then another thing I want to tell you that I found different on this ship compared to any other ship was the observatory. When you walk into the observatory there, Starbucks coffee, and then there's also a bar, and in between is a small buffet. They had a lot of little snacks there. It's like one morning when we met with our friends, they went over there and grabbed a few little pieces of fruit and some
They had some pastries,
croissants
just small
stuff.
bites.
So to have that was really nice because really a lot of people like to go get their spots there and watch for whales and look around, and then they might want to stay there for a couple hours. I saw people reading, I saw people playing card games and really looking out the observation deck, and then they could go over and grab a few snacks. So I thought that was kind of unique, and so keep that in mind that if you're not really hungry, you can get a snack in the observatory. That pretty much covers the food overall. I mean, you can go look at the list. It's always changing. We might have missed 1 or 2, but we just wanted you to know that on this ship, on the Norwegian Joy, there is a lot of options for your standard food that everybody can have, and then also for your specialty dining.
Yeah, if you go hungry, it's your own fault.
Now, as far as the bars, we're going to leave that open to you, possibly going and watching our bar crawl, because we covered 18 different bars and we covered them pretty thoroughly. There's a little bit of everything there and a lot of fun. So go check out that. There isn't a drink you can't get on that ship.
Well, except for a hot toddy, except for a hot butter rum. You're not going to get a hot butter rum. I will guarantee it. I will guarantee that. And yeah, so definitely watch the video. We cover a lot of them, and it's worthy of its own video. So that's why it's that in that format.
Exactly. And then now for a minute, we're going to talk a little bit about entertainment. And with entertainment, there were a lot of shows. We went and saw a comedian once or twice. That was really good. We have game shows, which we're going to go into that a little bit more because we're going to tell you how we might as well just tell you.
Yeah.
We were in a game show. So if you go watch that bar crawl, you'll see how after 17 bars, Ron and I ended up on a game show. And the game show was Perfect Couple.
Yeah, so if you want to see what I'm willing to do after 17 drinks, watch the bar crawl video and you'll see right there what went down.
Now, I'm not saying we won, but we did get some prizes.
We got some swag.
So I thought this was nice. Norwegian gave us these wine glasses.
Yeah, and I got a nice t-shirt here
I
as
got
well.
one too.
Yeah.
And then we got a water bottle. We got a deck of cards. We also got a nice big bag to carry everything in. So it was really nice of them to give us such great prizes, especially after having such an entertaining time. So that game show was a lot of fun, and you can get a peek of that, like I said, if you go watch us on the bar crawl night. So they have Deal or No Deal. They have a casino there. They have a lot going on. We did go down and watch a couple little shows. One thing I really enjoyed is you can go watch 2 different versions of the Beatles. You can go into the little cavern, which the cavern is adorable, and it was kind of cute.
Real fun. Yeah, I'd prefer to watch them there because it was a little more intimate.
Yeah, they did a good job. And they also have where you can go and see a bigger version of the Beatles in the full room. As far as other activities, one night they had like a 60s, 70s night. There was a disco night. Another night they had the 80s night where everybody dressed up like 80s. I think they might have had a 90s night.
Yeah, and that was all in the social. It was down on the deck 6 in the middle of the ship was the social. That was kind of like the nightclub area of the ship where...
And comedy.
Yeah, and they had shows there. It's a great little venue. They have a bar in there, and that's where we wrapped up our our bar crawl for the day with the disco night.
White night.
Yeah, white night.
White night, because they always have like a night where you wear white or glow. So Ron and I wore all of our white. We always represent wearing all of our white. And we went in there and went dancing at the end of that night.
Yeah, a great time. There's a lot of entertainment, entertainment on the ship.
Yeah.
And it's all tailor-made to what you want. And then you also have classes. You know, if you want something low-key, do some classes. If you want to learn something, do some classes, do wellness. You know, they have a lot of things for the spa. They have a lot of things in the
they sell
fitness
art.
center. Arts, yeah, they have the art auctions going on, shopping.
They had a lot of trivia. We, our friends went and enjoyed the trivia, and there was trivia night. And then also the bands. There was a lot of different bands to go enjoy that played in that atrium in that main area.
The Electric Eclectic, those two guys, they played a lot of genres of music, and they probably played, you know, once or twice a night or day, and they'd do different genres for each show. Like one night was Eric Clapton, the other night might have been 90s. Those guys are really talented, and a lot of other talented folks there, like at the Mojito Bar, a lot of Latino music.
The Magicians. He even spent some quality time alone with us.
Yeah, there's a lot of magic. A lot of magic was on board, and we bear witness to a lot of it.
Yeah, we did. We had a really good time. So entertainment, there is a lot. Now, as far as activities go, they have the big water slides. We were in Alaska. It was April. It was still a little chilly. But a couple of people actually was really smart. Some parents brought their kids with wetsuits, and there was a couple kids with their wetsuits enjoying that. But most of the time, it wasn't used that often. But it was April, so if you were on the Joy, especially in the Caribbean or during the summer, the water slides are really amazing, and the water slide even goes out and over the ship. So that was really cool. So you want to go check that out. And then they have the race car track.
That was pretty unique. We didn't participate.
We were going to twice. Once we went there and we realized we were wearing our sandals. If you want to do the race car track, you might want to just book it that your first day or your second day, because I've had a lot of people say that depending on what's going on with the weather and where you're at, they will shut it down and you might miss out, especially if you're in Alaska and especially if the weather is iffy. But even like wind and rain in the Caribbean can cause that track to be shut down. And so several people said, they were planning on doing it, the 6th day or the 7th day, or on a very busy sea day, which the line, you have to book that early. So you might want to just, if it's a big priority, do it right away. I really regret that we didn't get that done.
Yeah, we missed out. We planned, we talked about this ahead of time that we were going to do it the first thing. We're going to do the first thing when we get there. And we didn't, it was one of those things where we didn't want to make a reservation because for fear that we're going to be in the middle of something, which we were a lot of times.
They have a little golfing area, a little miniature golf that's right up there in the same area as the...
Up at the top, right next to the overlook to view the race car track is the mini golf, is the putt.
Yeah.
And so that's free. You go up there, grab some sticks, grab some balls, putt around. For the older folks, you got the casinos. Then for the younger folks, you have the arcades, and then you have the kids clubs. We don't have kids, so we really didn't get into that at all. But they are available for the younger folks to enjoy.
There is lots to do, and like I said, we did a full tour. Once again, we want to remind you can go look at the full tour to see everything that we have to offer. But what we really want to go into real quick is the spa. Now, that is one of our favorite things, is going to the thermal suite spa, and it varies on every ship. I will say so far, this is my favorite thermal spa, and somebody even commented that there was one that they like even more than this, and I'm like, how is that possible?
Yeah, this was great.
This was amazing. They have a pass, and I've recommended it to a few people, and every person so far has been thankful that we recommended it to them, especially because it can get crowded out in the swimming pools, especially on nice days, especially when you have a lot of families on board and it's during the summer. Or for us, we were in Alaska and we knew that there probably wouldn't be very good weather going on to enjoy that. So we went ahead and booked the thermal suite for the whole week. And typically it's around, I can't remember, like $30 a person roughly. And so if you buy the whole week a piece, it was somewhere around $200 each, maybe $400 total. I could be totally wrong with all those prices. Go look. For me, when I broke that down per day, I just thought this is going to be worth it. We're going to be glad we did it. And we were. We never regretted it. We went in it every single day, and sometimes we went in it twice.
Yeah, it was a great retreat for, if you want to escape the chaos from the ship that is the perfect place to be. You could relax on the beds, overlooking the sea through the inside passage, looking at the coastal mountains. You could watch the whales
People are
from
looking
the
at
comfort
whales.
of your heated lounge chair.
Read books.
Oh yeah, it's a perfect place
Slept.
to hang out. Yeah, take a nap. We took a nap there. You know, you had the hot tub. You can still overlook outside, overlook the ocean, overlook the sea, the inside passage, and not to mention you had the steam room, you had the hot sauna, you had the salt room.
The Himalayan salt room.
Yeah, and
the
the ice room.
cold room.
Yeah, I had the ice room with the snow. You could rub the ice all over you. It was great.
And my favorite was Ron is a cold plunge kind of guy. He likes
it was
getting
cold.
into the cold plunge. So when I saw that there was an actual cold plunge there, I was so excited for him to have that.
It was bone aching cold. It was great. It was exhilarating, and I recommend doing it. It's a wonderful amenity to that spa to have that cold plunge because not a lot of places do have that.
So that's pretty much everything about Norwegian Joy. We love the ship. There's plenty of room, lots to do. It was clean. We think that if you've booked yourself with Norwegian Joy and you're thinking about it, you'll be happy.
And I definitely book again with the Joy. You know, depending upon the, where they're going, where they're traveling to next, I wouldn't hesitate. It's a great ship to get onto. It had everything we needed. It had lots of entertainment, lots of bars, lots of restaurant options, and yeah, we were not bored.
This is our second Norwegian cruise. We love the More at Sea package. We think that that is a great package offer. We are just people who don't want to count our drinks and we want to just lay back and enjoy ourselves. We like that we get a couple specialty dinings depending on how many nights we're booked there. Everything that Norwegian is doing is spot on, at least for us so far. And we are going to be trying some other cruise ships. But we will let you know that there's a big surprise because next year we are booked on a really cool Norwegian ship and we are really excited to share it with you. So make sure you subscribe and become a Rambler and start following us because you're gonna want to see the ship that we booked on Norwegian next year. It's pretty big.
Yeah, going into this, I found out that I'm a fan of not just cruising, but the ships as well. And we're back.
All right, Ramblers, we had to take a pause for a moment. Little Minnie had to go to the doctor today and she had a teeth cleaning. She doesn't like her teeth touched and it was a lot of drama. So sorry about that.
So she's going to be with us for the remainder of the review. Hopefully it won't be too long. She's under the weather and she needed to be held. And so here we are.
Yeah.
So like we were talking about.
Besides Minnie, for those of us who have just joined us at the beginning, we didn't go over all this, but I'm Jody.
And I'm Ron.
And we are just rambling around. And since we're partway through this video, or most of the way through this video now, if you've enjoyed what we've helped you with, if we have any way provided you any entertainment or information in these past videos to help you on your cruises, please subscribe to our channel. It does help us out. Become a Rambler. We have a QR code that we like to share that makes it easy. Just grab your phone, subscribe, start rambling around with us. We have a lot more cruise videos to do. And by the way, we also do a lot of RVing. And so for those of you who followed us from the Pacific Northwest and have enjoyed everything we do around here, we are going to do some more videos about the Pacific Northwest very soon. And then we're going to be doing another cruise. After that other cruise, we are going to be going on a very long trip. And we are going to be hitting a lot of states. We're hitting 7 different states. We're going to be hitting several national parks and doing a lot over this fall.
Yeah, we got a lot of rambling around to do, but for right now, let's just talk about the rambling we are currently in, and that is on the Norwegian Joy. And like I was saying before we got the phone call, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the cruise ships. I didn't know I was going to be, but I really like all the logistics involved as far as how it's ran, and I'm just overwhelmed and just amazed of just this choreography of chaos that goes on behind the scenes, getting things done for us that we don't even see. Everything is just so seamless and flawless. The service is great. Everything runs so smooth, and I'm just amazed behind the scenes how much it takes just to appear as though it's effortless.
We are fans of Norwegian, and we are going to be going on another Norwegian ship next year, so be looking forward to that. So hit that notification bell. That's going to let you know whenever new videos come out from us. We'd already been on the Norwegian Sky, and I'd already received some emails from Norwegian, and when I received a phone call from somebody named Angie, it really piqued my interest. So once I got talking talking to her, it turned out that she was going to be my personal consultant through Norwegian. And it was a really nice conversation. She's helped me out a few times, and she said that people even go to get on their cruises, and if something happens or goes wrong or they have a question, they tend to have her number in their phone and they call her. And I've never had such great personal service before, so we are going to include Angie's full name and her phone number here for you. We'll also link it in the description. So if you want to get help directly through Norwegian, give Angie a call. She was fantastic. So hopefully that helped. If we did not answer a question that you have, feel free to put a comment below and ask us those questions. I had a ton of them this year, and we try to help you as much as we can. Now, one thing that I get asked a lot was products and what we use, especially when we're in the Caribbean. People ask us about our snorkel gear. They even asked us about some of the clothes we were wearing, and the white clothes that we wore on White Night and different things like that. We do have an Amazon store. The Amazon store has things for the RVers, stuff for the cruisers, goes into clothing, goes into gear, and even camera equipment. There's a lot in there. If you're already going to be shopping on Amazon, go click on our Amazon store, take a look at something we recommend, and if you purchase it, it gives us a little bit of a kickback, which actually helps us for all the work we do to put all this together, and we really would appreciate it.
Overall, what I want to convey is we'd definitely do this again. We'd definitely do the same itinerary again, and we'd definitely do the same ship again. And it's a great ship, too. It's right in the middle. It's like a Goldilocks ship. It's not too big. It's not too little. It's just right. And lots of fun, lots of entertainment, lots of bars, restaurants. You're not going to go hungry. You're not going to go thirsty, and you're not going to get bored either. So much to do. Get the spa package. You can't go wrong there either. And it's all up to you how much fun you want to have.
So we want to thank you again for rambling around and cruising with us. We appreciate you. We do have a video on every single port we went on this 10-day, 9-night cruise. And once again, we have a cruise coming up in about a month that you're going to want to see, and a couple cruises next year that we're really excited for. So make sure, if you get a chance, hit like if we helped you. Make a comment below. Take your time. Tell us what your favorite cruise line is. Tell us where you think we should go to next, what we should explore, and share with you guys. We would love suggestions. We haven't completed 2026 yet, so we have room for another cruise or two. Let me know what you want us to do. And if we've helped you out and you have friends and family that are cruisers, send this to them. Share.
If you're on that cruise, let us know in the comments below how much you enjoyed the same cruise. It is our pleasure to make your home videos for you. Let us do it for you, because you can show all your friends and family where you've been, and you're welcome.
All right, so we want to thank you again for just rambling around.